Hello and welcome to Box, where we unbox, review and demonstrate the latest tech. Today we have with us the Samsung Q80A 4K QLED TV in 55 inches. As the top standing model in the standard QLED range in 2021, the Q80A offers full 4K quality picture at an affordable price. It's the middle ground TV between the Crystal UHD and Neo QLEDs this year, giving you a little more than a budget model with a touch of extra luxury. We have the 55-inch model with us here today, but this TV also comes in a larger 65-inch and 75-inch sizes, as well as the smaller 50-inch display. Getting straight into the box, you'll find all your accessories such as the standard and smart remotes, a power cable, safety guides and stand attachments in the opening. Now, as you can see, this box is built slightly different from some of the other boxes in the Samsung range. It doesn't lift over the top, but as you can see here, there's two tear points on either side and you just pull the front of the box down and lift it out that way. Now, if you've got one of the bigger models, I would definitely suggest doing this, but if you've got one of the smaller models like I have, it's probably just easy enough to just pull it out of the top of the box. The stand for this model is made up of a 10 by 15 inch rectangular metal base with an accompanying supporting arm containing a hidden cable tidy compartment. Fitting the stand is delicate work, so make sure you lay it down flat on a secure, covered surface to attach it safely. I often find that it's just easier to use the box for this, laying it down on the floor before placing the TV on top. As always, the stand fits together easily enough, joining the two parts together using the 4 screws provided, before attaching and fixing the whole stand in place to the back of the TV with the remaining screws. Your ports and connections are located along this handy side strip on the left, looking at it from the back for great access whether wall mounted or placed on the stand. We have the usual staples here, such as the 2 USBs, 1 optical audio out, 4 HDMIs, a LAN for wired internet connection and options for satellite and cable inputs. Now, the HDMI ports are mostly 2.0, with HDMI 4 being 2.1. Now, you can use this to reach those super fast speeds on the latest consoles, or even connect a soundbar if you wish for the best quality output. It does mean that you have to choose which device gets priority, but because of the easy access, it shouldn't be too demanding to switch them over if you need to. So my first thoughts on the overall design is that it fits really well into that minimal aesthetic, with a small flat square base and a practically edge-to-edge display. It has a nice smoky black tone across the body for a simple classic look, with a nice textured pattern on the back for that extra style. The edges are framed in a silver brushed metal, accenting the edge all the way around. Finishing things off with a small Samsung logo in the centre for marking the sensor. Now, the TV itself is thicker than a mini LED ultra thin display, but it's relatively slim even for an FALD. It has a central square base for good stability compared to some models that utilise the 2 thin A stands on the end. So as you can see behind me, there's plenty of room underneath and around the sides of the display, making easy placement for any soundbars or consoles. Now, it does wobble ever so slightly when plugging in inputs on the back, but it's never in danger of falling as the weight is displaced nicely. With this TV, you get the option of using either the standard or smart remotes. Now, I always favour the smart remote, as its minimal yet universal controls makes navigation a much quicker process. It's still good to see that it has the solar powered charging, which you can find with quite a few of the models in the Samsung 2021 lineup. It's much more ecologically friendly than the ones that take batteries, and it charges easily on a window ledge or in a bright room without having to think about it. Now, it does come with a USB port on the bottom for that extra power boost, but I felt I've never needed to use this. Setting it straight up for the first time is quick and simple, though it does require logging into your Samsung account and making some initial decisions on which functions you want to enable straight away. Now, if you do want to skip some of the more personalised feature setups, you can simply skip these and set them up later at your own leisure. Instantly, you get dropped into the main menu consisting of a series of tiles showing the latest movies and TV shows available across a wide variety of streaming services. The pop-up menu gives you quick access to each streaming service available, as well as easy access to picture modes, switching up inputs, and altering settings using the toggle switches. Samsung's interface is one of my preferred menus out of all of the brands I've tried so far, largely thanks to the little quick access menu. I like how it shows all the settings with easy to understand symbols, and it instantly recognises devices I connect, labelling them with the corresponding input for effortless switching. Now let's get into the specifications on this TV. We have a full 4K 3840 by 2160 display resolution alongside the HDR10 Plus and Quantum processor with HDR 15000. With this, you get to enjoy that super sharp QLED picture with all the benefits of deep contrast, vivid colours and consistent upscaling adaptive technology that makes everything you watch flawless. Now, it does utilise AI technology with this display, which has some of your favourite adaptive features for both picture and sound. You still get that smart analysis tech that alters the settings to suit not only your content depending on what's on screen, but also your light conditions and ambient noise levels within the room using front-facing sensors. Now this is an FALD backlit display. It may not be as powerful as the latest mini LED display, but it does utilise the dimming zones quite well and still produces even, consistent blacks and deep contrast levels. Now I tested out a variety of movies and TV shows in both light and dark conditions to get a good idea on the picture performance here, and I can easily say that it performed well above my expectations. The colours were vivid and quite true to life, and I enjoyed a beautifully sharp picture quality across the board. Older movies and TV shows look fantastic thanks to the 4K upscaling at work, delivering something as close to HD as it can get on originally standard definition content. Those dark movies and shows did let me see detail within the shadows, and I only felt the need to touch the picture settings once or twice to match the content, such as switching to movie or game mode. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but I did a few basic tests to watch out for blooming, light bleed and overall brightness, and it came out relatively well in both a brightly lit and dark room. I didn't notice any severe blooming around the subtitles when watching a dark scene in a show, and there was a clear definition between the light and dark parts of the picture, giving some true blacks where needed. I did see some instances of dimming when switching from a well-lit shot to a dark shot, but it wasn't noticeable after a while as I got used to it, and I felt it helped with the picture control when watching a dark-themed TV show as it kept the brightness consistent. I often watch movies and shows in movie mode as it easily kept the brightness and contrast consistent, and I'm pleased to say that I hardly had to alter the settings at all, even when swapping between a wide variety of content. The Q80A doesn't come equipped with anti-glare tech, so I did mostly notice reflections when watching dark content during the day, but on the plus side, I found the wide viewing angle really makes up for this, as the picture was still sharp and clear even from the most extreme angles, meaning that I got the best picture no matter where I sat. When it comes to sound, you do get some great enhancements, such as object tracking sound for a detailed sound delivery through individual speakers that adapts to what you're watching, and Q Symphony, which works hand in hand with TV speakers for a harmonious output with your compatible soundbar. It is ER and Bluetooth compatible, making an easy connection with your favourite devices such as your gaming headset or preferred speaker setup, so you never miss a word watching your favourite movies and games. Of course, most of the sound quality is taken care of when you enable AI adaptive features, carefully chosen to enhance your overall experience. Now you get both Adaptive Sound Plus and Active Voice Amplifier that work together to alter the volume or bring out the speech in a scene to save turning the volume up and down constantly throughout a show. I found the sound quality to be surprisingly good even for TV speakers. I hardly had to touch the settings once, which was really impressive. Of course, with the release of the latest next-gen consoles, you'll want to know how well it performs with super high-resolution gaming. So we connected the Xbox Series X up to the Q80A, and it was great to see the TV instantly recognise the console and turned on game mode for immediate gameplay on setup. You'll be pleased to note that you can get 4K at 120Hz gameplay here, which is becoming sought after with the new releases this year. To achieve this, all you need is a high-speed HDMI and connection through HDMI input 4, which is marked clearly on the back. If you have the Xbox Series X, for example, it will tell you what features are available with your display, and as you can see here, it's green for the majority, which is good to see. The only option you won't have access to is Dolby Vision, but this seems a small sacrifice compared to all the other features accessible to you here. You get full access to the game bar feature, which really comes in handy when wanting to monitor your actual specs in real time. So just holding down the play pause button brings up a pop-up that shows status of input lag, FPS, HDR and variable refresh rate, so you always know when you're playing at full quality, taking out all of the guesswork. Now having gaming features built into the TV is one of the best additions to most modern TVs that I see on the market right now. It's a really good way of seeing that you've got your next gen console connected with all the best features running to keep your console playing at its full potential. So after playing a few high-speed games like Forza Horizon 4 and shooters like Apex Legends and Gears, I could definitely see the difference the game mode was making. I hardly saw any stuttering when crashing through walls in Forza, and there was no tearing or deformities at all when dodging opponents and enemies. This is the kind of next level tech that makes upgrading to the latest models all worth it in the end, because you benefit so much from those added extras built into specifically enhanced gameplay. I play with both game mode on and off, and even though it's really hard to tell some of the subtle differences, I found it made all the difference. The picture was much sharper and the gameplay was ridiculously smooth, and I could definitely tell the difference the second I turned it off, kind of making me never want to play without it again. So after spending a few hours with the Q80A, I found this TV surprisingly high quality even with it being regular QLED. The picture stood out sharp and strong even with the standard definition content, and I like how well it looks with my next gen console. I get the latest Samsung tech and super high quality picture all at an affordable price, which really seals the deal for me. So what do you think about the Samsung Q80A? Let us know in the comments below, and if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Box, where we have plenty of hands-on reviews on the latest tech. And as always, thanks for watching.